G'day everyone and welcome back to NS2HD. This is going to be a Build 165 game commentary I played on Tram. It's a game I played on the Marine side and that I played mostly as Commander. It's about 40 minutes long, so I'm going to break it up into 3 bite-sized chunks for your ease of viewing and my ease of commentating, editing, uploading, rendering. So here we go. This game is played on Build 165, so you probably will see the sound bug. Well, you'll hear the sound bug come along, the infamous bug that is being squashed right now for Build 166 release. What that means is towards the mid-game, you'll probably only be able to hear my voice. But that's alright because it is such a fun game. It's a great game played from the Marine Commander perspective. Probably not the greatest commanding, but it was a fun game nonetheless. So here we go. I'm going to crank it up right now, and I'm going to commentate the early game before I start to talk more generally about what happened in the game. So here we are in the ready room. Note the ready room in Tram has been significantly modified since the original Tram days. It's now got these large corridors down. There's one side is the Tram corridor for the Marine side, and the other side is a passageway for the Alien side. So it's a lot different to what it used to be. I'm going to charge straight into the command station now. This is the first game I've commentated in so long, so I'm very excited to be doing this. Now, I am a very, very rusty commander during this game, so you'll have to forgive me. But the first thing I am going to do is build an armory. I'll probably be clicking a lot because I don't know, my hotkey practice was just out. The armory now builds on a 45-degree angle, so I've placed it, which is actually quite good for that placement. Now, I've placed it all the way up in that corner because I found it to be a fairly good place to avoid harassment by the alien team, and it stops them being able to use it for cover. Endar coming in to help me construct that armory along with that Mac. SG Shen spawning as well. So far 3 Marines. This game will get very big though. I believe it does get up to 14 players, or at least 12 players. Sending a Mac through the vents because I want to take observation extractor very, very quickly. I'd love to hear your tips on build orders. I'm sure there are many, many experienced players out there, much, much better than me, who could give me some great tips. I haven't gone for double too early because I believe it's a bit of a stretch. I might be wrong, but I feel like it's a bit of a stretch to go to double too early on in the game at this stage on Tram. And we have a Skulk chewing on that node already, and SG Shen has run in and found a Skulk chewing on the Marine expansion node as well. So aliens have a fair amount of control of this area. I should be dropping medpacks. I am. I accidentally get one on top of those wires there, but I do manage to get one to SG Shen and some ammunition. He's got 2 Skulks on him though, so it's not good. And I do see, the reason that hive is whipping in and out is because SG Shen is seeing it, they're not seeing it. SG Shen and Endar coming in to clean up those Skulks, and I've said, oh guys, there's a hive there, you have to do something about this, and of course they know that because they're in there, whoops, hitting the wrong hotkey there and flying off. So SG Shen and Endar starting to knife that hive, switch axe that hive, dropping med packs on SG Shen to keep him alive because he was attacked by a Skulk there. I'm jumping out of the command station to come and assist. The reason I'm doing this is because the aliens are trying to box us into one command station very, very early, and that is not good. Marines need that second tech point, not as much as they used to, but you do need a second tech point if you want to have much of a chance in the mid game. So myself, SG Shen, and Endar will go to work on this tech point. I get taken down though by Tink. Sorry if I read your name there wrong. I believe your name was Tink. But SG Shen cleaning that up there, and Endar will be joining him soon, no doubt, as well. The rifle does a lot more damage to structures than it used to as well, I've found recently. So going back into the command station now, just wanted to give that extra bit of firepower because there were only 3 Marines on the Marine side at this stage of the game. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm clicking around in the armory. This is probably me being very rusty. Trying to find the upgrades. There we go. I found upgrades. Researching shotguns. So I decided that because we could not expand very early, I was going to get shotguns to take down that hive and to give my Marines a little bit of an edge in Skulk on Marine combat. And the other thing I'm going to do is send a Mac over to sneakily grab the operations extractor. So I'm hoping the alien team will be distracted over here in Marine expansion. They will not notice that I'm going to drop the operations extractor. So you can see on the mini-map that's popped up, Endar and SG Shen engaging skulks in here. I was bringing a Mac in to build a sentry gun. I believe that's what I want to do. I want to build a sentry gun and aim it at that hive, but that requires some Marines to be there. Jumping out of the command station to help engage this skulk. A lot of my rounds hitting the fence there, so that was very unlucky, but I do manage to take out, Slow Junko. I do take out Slow Junko with my pistol. I'm viewing this on quite a small screen. I've said it before, my second viewing screen broke, so I'm viewing this on a small screen, and sometimes I cannot read names. So if I get your name wrong and you're watching my commentaries, don't hate me. It's just because I couldn't read it. Just let me know in the comments and I'll get it right in future. SG Shen and Endar take that out, and Orphan has come in as well. So now we have 3 Marines in here. I am going to be able to comfortably drop this sentry gun. It was a big expense to have to do this early on in the game, but that hive was a big expense for the alien team, and this sentry gun, when built, is going to allow these Marines in Red Squad to annihilate this hive, because all you have to do is fight in front of the sentry gun, and the sentry gun will assist you in killing whatever it is you're trying to kill. Got to keep an eye on main base as well while I do this, to prevent the any skulks coming into main base and harassing while the entire team's out trying to kill that expansion in Marine Expansion. So the alien team has lost that hive, I believe, so that's pretty good. The reason I typed that SG's done is because the sound bug had arrived, as I said it would, and I can't hear anything, so I was worried they couldn't hear me over the voice chat. Note that the voice chat icon is on the left-hand side of the screen. I'll tell you next time it pops up, but note how often I am on the voice chat when I'm commanding. When you're commanding, jump on the voice chat all the time and just talk to your team constantly. Get the teamwork flowing. SG Shen and Endar doing a great job in double res, which is called Repair Room. They took out a couple of skulks in there, and no doubt we will push in there and kill harvesters soon as well. Orphan saying it's his first time playing. That's very exciting. That's okay. The great thing about NS2 right now is you see so many new players coming in. So if you're an experienced NS2 player, make them feel welcome, because that's what NS2 should be all about. Great team play, and if you make people feel welcome, they're going to want to play more and they're going to become better players. So building up the command station there, getting this expansion, it's probably a little bit later than I would have wanted, but that's because the aliens did a very aggressive maneuver there, trying to put a hive down in Marine Expansion. The great thing about that for aliens is when a hive spawns, the aliens will spawn from it because it will grow eggs. So that's why they were able to defend it so effectively. If Marines tried to do that, well, one, it would be just, well, I mean, the main reason why it wouldn't work for Marines is you cannot spawn at a command station. You need an infantry portal. Endar doing some great scouting here. He's moving out, checking on elevator transfer. I'm trying to give him some ammunition and health as he does so. And Orphan moving to Repair Room. So what am I doing right now? I am getting weapons level 1, so again, that's probably a bit late as well. Or maybe not. Probably wouldn't have had the res to do it before now if I had dropped that command station. That sentry gun was really very expensive and will slow me down, but I can take solace from the fact that the alien team will be slowed down as well because they had to pay for that early rush hive in Marine Expansion. Getting a Mac now to repair the power in this room. Note the power is out. That's what the red flashing light means. Bob Dog has his flashlight on. That's the bright white light there, and he is guarding the room. And I'm talking to him over the microphone. See on the top, on the bottom, in the mid left side of the screen is the little grey voice chat icon that was popped up for a moment there while I told Bob Dog that I was bringing a mobile automated constructor into Repair Room to repair that power node and get the lights back on. It's actually quite hard to see skulks when the red lights are on, when the emergency lighting is on, because they tend to blend in to the ceiling spaces. If the skulk is on the ceiling and they're in a dark area of the room, when the emergency lights are on, it can be very, very hard to see them, and it's often necessary to fight with your flashlight on. But there we go. Bob Dog and Orphan have secured Repair Room. The power is back on. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to keep Endar alive with med packs over near alien start, but that's okay. He will spawn back in, and he wasn't trying to defend anything, so that's alright. Unfortunate that any Marine dies though. So Orphan and Bob Dog taking down that skulk. So I believe it's a 4v4 at the moment. Yeah, I think it's a 4v4 at the moment. I'll have to bring up the score screen at some point. I think Endar is running to assist. Yes, so there are 2 skulks on the operations power node, and Endar is able to kill them both with the shotguns. That's a great thing about researching shotguns early, your Marines have such an edge against early skulks, especially if they have no upgrades. And combined with the Weapon 1 upgrade, which I was researching and should be done by now, the shotgun just packs an extreme wallop against any alien creature, including the skulks. One skulk chewing on that command station, probably not going to be able to do a lot of damage because Bob Dog is nearby. I'm on the voice chat telling him that skulk is there, and he does kill it very easily. Very easy to kill a non-moving skulk. It's when they start moving at you and jumping all over the place that they get scary. Note that the dynamic infestation, I cannot get over how cool dynamic infestation is. It is, while it's just a prototype graphical texture at the moment, it just looks so cool.
Can you hear me?
You see that your Marines are in an alien-owned area. So these areas here, the lights are on, there's no aliens here, the green infestation is nowhere to be seen. It's nice, well, it's dirty metal, but it's metal. It's relatively clean. But when I was looking at those Marines up near Marine Start earlier on, it was dirty. There was green infestation on the ground. Their boots would be making the squidgy sound if I was there, but I'm not. SG Shen moving in, we'll probably see it in a moment. There it is, there's some infestation above in SG Shen. Note that as commander you don't see things unless your teammates can see them. So SG Shen can see these skulks and that infestation, and that's why I could see them. But for the, and there we go, there must be a Marine in there. Yes, Bob Dog making a very aggressive move into alien expansion here. Note that whenever he looks at the infestation or the hive, I can see them, but when he doesn't, I can't. Now you can remedy that as a commander by getting an observation an observation tower, which I will do at some point, which allows you to scan an area and get line of sight. But that's the exciting thing about having your playing an RTS like you are if you're playing in commander mode, but having real people as your units means that the fog of war is a really dynamic thing. You can't just send a scout in disposable and have them just die and show you all the stuff permanently. You have to have those eyes on the ground. You have to ask a Marine to risk his life, go in there, risk a death on his scoreboard, and say, can you please poke your head into that hive, see what's in there for me? And that takes guts from that Marine, because you don't want to just wander into a hive as a Marine, because the aliens will kill you. Note that you do show up on the alien hive site if you walk on dynamic infestation. So again, just a really interesting dynamic you get with having real people playing as your RTS units. Here we go, so this is an example. Bob Dog's going in there. I didn't ask him to, but he was going to make a scouting run in there, and a skulk saw him very quickly and killed him. Endar killing one skulk in the tram tunnels there in Tram Hub. And what was I saying? Yes, here we go. Sorry, I will get interrupted again because SG Shen is seeing this dynamic infestation, and that was showing him up. So he was attacking a harvester there, or he might have killed it. I'm not sure. I can't see because I don't have line of sight. He was attacking that harvester, and a skulk would have found him very quickly because you do show up on alien hive sites. So that's very, very scary as a Marine. So as I said, playing with real people means that when you need to get scouting done and you need to send in a squad to scout, you're asking them to risk themselves, and people don't want to die in multiplayer games. They want to keep their scoreboard clean, or they just don't want to be scared, or they just don't want to die. They want to play awesome and just never die. So you have to engage with your teammates on a very personal level to get them to do things for you in general as a commander, and that includes scouting, because it is dangerous. It's not like any other RTS game I have ever played. Now, what have we got going on here? What am I trying to do? This is probably my rusty commanding coming out. I am all over the place. I think my teammates have been asking for waypoints, but I haven't been giving them to them enough. So I've been trying to give them more waypoints. Giving Bob Dog some med packs and some ammunition in there to help him take down that extractor. So great pressure happening in server room up there on the top right of the map. Great to be putting pressure down on the alien team. It's usually the other way around, although we are getting to the mid game, so it is expected that there should be a little bit of Marine pressure on the alien side. That is it for part 1, everyone. Please look out for part 2. It will be as exciting as part 1, and the excitement will build towards the end of the game. Thanks for watching, everyone.